6-man street fight with Jon Moxley, Daniel Garcia, and Wheeler Yuta against Hechicero, Lance Archer, and Rocky Romero. And we get right into it. Yuta, in the opening minute, takes a choke slam through the timekeeper's table, and they assume the man is dead. It continues. They're brawling all over the place. Archer looked really good here. He goes for a choke slam on Marina Shafir, who counters it into a triangle and then goes to his ankle. Credit to Archer here, who like really sold this for Marina, that I could see a lot of guys just being resistant to. And I thought he was great here. And it led, as she's going for the ankle lock, he's leaning over as Moxley comes into the shot with a cutter. Really nice sequence here. Then Archer, reviving his previous death matches that he had with Jon Moxley, slams Moxley through a table in the corner. And so Moxley pulls out his toys. He gets a barbed wire board that's got tacks and broken glass attached to it. But he is the one that ends up taking a choke slam on it. And his back just got wrecked from this. I mean, this looked horrendous. He had so many cuts on his back. He had like 25 tacks lodged in his back. I was like, I don't think this street fight was we were expecting to go this level for a TV street fight.
At this point, I mean, I really feel like this sort of condition is more like of Jon Moxley's default state, you know? Like everything we're seeing when he's not bleeding is sort of like an unusual Jon Moxley. When he's actually full of blood, that's his true self. Yeah.
It is his secret power. Then we have Pac come out on crutches, attacking Archer with the crutch, and then out of nowhere comes Claudio, who slams Archer into an electrical box by the entrance, and that explodes. Marina hits a low blow to Hechicero, and then Moxley puts Rocky Romero in the Bulldog choke. He escapes. Garcia hits the pile driver, Dragon Tamer, as Moxley hits the stomp while Romero's in the Dragon Tamer and goes out at 15 minutes and 33 seconds. For a street fight, this more than gave you your value for the second match on the show, that they came out and they worked this like where they would have been slotted on a pay-per-view if they had 15 minutes.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, on paper, I expected good action out of like an AEW street fight containing a Jon Moxley, and I thought like that alone would have been very satisfying. But I didn't expect this match to have the sort of narrative implications that it did, because I mean, this match was the entire Death Riders working as the baby faces, like beyond
and
just
kicking
Jon
off
Moxley.
the feud. Like I think they wanted to start this program off as like super violent and and putting the Death Riders in a babyface light.
Yeah, and to me, this was confirmation that the Death Riders aren't turning on Jon Moxley anytime soon, and instead it's the entire group turning into a babyface team. And this match kind of cemented that for all of them. And I thought they did that really, really well throughout the moments in this match by stacking the odds against Jon Moxley in a 3-on-1 situation as a result of that Yuta chokeslam. They made the whole team really feel like great sympathetic babyfaces. They gave Marina Shafir an incredible babyface moment, standing up against Lance Archer and, catching that triangle on her. And it's really interesting with her because she would come out later on and be a total heel. But in this moment with the Death Riders, the whole team was getting cheered, including Pac and Claudio, who came out for that big save. I have to say, they made Lance Archer look amazing in this match. I mean, he's been so underutilized for this entire run. But I don't know if it's just because Hobbs left and like it opened up one more spot for a monster, but it feels like they finally came to their senses and like chose to put Lance Archer into that role of being completely unbeatable, requiring 2 members of the Death Riders to beat him. And it took like Pac coming out with Claudio and that crutch and like slamming his head into like exploding pyro in order to finally lay Archer out. They made him look amazing, and I hope that continues. But it overall just like built up a really strong, I would say, confirmation of a babyface role for the Death Riders in this Don Callis feud.
Yeah, I love the closing sequence. Like that stomp while Romero was in the Dragon Tamer just looked tremendous. Great finish and a really, really solid match. And Moxley goes up to Callis and says, "Tell your boy he knows where to find me."
In reference to who? Which boy?
I guess it's left to be like Okada.
Like, were they teasing that on Collision?
No.
Yeah, so like So I mean, this is
He's got 15
or-
boys. So
That's what I meant. Which boy are you talking about? You know. So I guess we'll see. Who would you like to see?
Jericho. No, I don't know.
I think Okada, sure, but like this match was great, and it was like the Death Riders versus the AEW like B team. Sorry, the Don Callis family B team. Like, can you imagine this match again, but with like Fletcher, Takeshita, Okada, Andrade? You know?
Yeah. So I mean, you can run back a lot of combinations in this whole program. January is your month to beat the price increase at the Post Wrestling Cafe. Before our regular tier jumps to $8, you have a chance to lock in the old existing price for all of 2026, but you've got to do it before February 1st. Also this month, we kick off our WWE Unreal Season 2 reviews with weekly releases covering each and every episode. We'll also be looking back at the Okada-Tanahashi feud dating back to 2012 with some of their most famous matches. Plus, Chris Jericho's A Lion's Tale will be the subject of this month's book club. All that and more is yours at postwrestlingcafe.com.